Today in Moscow, an assassination attempt was made on one of the Russian negotiating group members, Deputy Chief of the General Staff, Vladimir Alekseev. How can you comment on this, and how might this affect the ongoing negotiation process regarding Ukraine? Thank you.
Well, I of course had this, and if I heard this news just before the negotiations were about to begin. I'm not going to make any predictions myself. That's not my function. Rather, the leadership of our country will decide that.
But the undeniable truth is that this latest terrorist act has, without a doubt, once again clearly confirmed the unwavering and aggressive targeting by the Zelensky regime on carrying out continuous and relentless provocations.
Aimed in turn at disrupting the negotiation process, and regime ready to do everything just to convince its Western sponsors not to lag behind the United States in their efforts to derail them from achieving a just settlement.
Moscow has been rocked by a brazen assassination attempt. A senior Russian military figure, hailed as a hero of the Russian Federation, was gunned down in broad daylight on the streets of the capital, sending shockwaves through the city's power circles. Authorities have yet to disclose the officer's condition, but officials are treating the incident as a deliberate, targeted attack. Witnesses say the assailant opened fire without warning before vanishing from the scene within moments. The shooting has intensified unease in Moscow as a growing number of high-profile Russian military figures face mounting security threats tied to the ongoing war, raising fears that the conflict is now spilling into the heart of the capital itself. Another high-profile assassination attempt on Russia's first deputy chief of Russia's main intelligence directorate, GRU, Lieutenant General Vladimir Alekseev, was hit several times in his back. The gruesome attack took place near a residential building at Volokolamskoye highway in Moscow. The top Russian military figure, Alexv, was hit right outside his home. According to Russian news Shot, an unknown assailant shot him in the back several times. It further reported that the killer was waiting for the Lieutenant General of the Russian Ministry of Defense, and after shooting Alexev, he fled the scene. RT News reported that Alexev has been taken to the hospital, but did not offer further details on his condition. A criminal case has been initiated under the articles Attempted Murder and Illegal Circulation of Firearms. The suspect is being hunted.
Currently, the special services are doing what they need to do. Naturally, this is being reported to the head of state. As for us, we wish the general to first survive and then truly survive.
We certainly hope this is the case.
64-year-old Alexev is one of Russia's most senior military intelligence officials. He has served as first deputy head of the GRU since 2011, a role in which he oversaw anti-terrorist operations in Syria. In 2017, he was awarded the title Hero of the Russian Federation, one of the country's highest distinctions. He was placed under European Union sanctions after the GRU was accused of being behind a 2018 nerve agent attack in Salisbury in the UK. Alexev came to attention during the mutiny by the Wagner private military company, led by the late Yevgeny Prigozhin in 2023. At the time, Alexev urged Wagner fighters to stand down and later participated in negotiations with the group's leadership. While Russian officials have not identified those responsible, Ukrainian intelligence has previously branded Alexev an international criminal. Kyiv has also been linked to past assassination plots targeting Russian officials and military commanders. Several senior Russian officers have been assassinated since the start of the war in Ukraine, with Moscow blaming the attacks on Kyiv. In some cases, Ukrainian military intelligence has claimed responsibility. The most recent officer to be killed was the head of the General Staff's Army Training Directorate, Lieutenant General Vladimir Alekseev, who was killed by a bomb under his car on December 22nd. Last month, a Russian court sentenced an Uzbek man to life in prison for the 2024 killing of the head of the Russian Army's Radiological, Chemical, and Biological Defense Forces, General Igor Kirillov. He was killed when he left a residential block in Moscow in an attack Kyiv said it had orchestrated.
A deadly blast rocks Moscow, just days after a high-profile assassination shook the Russian capital. 2 police officers are among 3 people killed in an explosion on Yeltsinskaya Street, according to Russian authorities, raising fresh security fears in the city. Russia's investigative committee says the incident unfolded when 2 traffic police officers noticed a suspicious individual standing near a police vehicle. As officers moved in to detain the suspect, an explosive device was suddenly detonated. The blast killed both officers and a third person who was standing nearby. Russian media have identified the fallen officers as 24-year-old Ilya Klimanov and 25-year-old Maxim Gorbanov. Investigative committee spokesperson Svetlana Petrenko said a criminal case has been opened, describing the incident as an attempted attack on traffic police officers in Moscow.
Первый с улицы услышал на остановке, когда на работу собирался.
Хлопок какой-то, очень громкий. Вышел из дома, а тут уже не пускают никого.
The explosion occurred close to the site of another deadly bombing earlier this week, where senior Russian military official Lieutenant General Vladimir Alekseev was killed. Alekseev died after an explosive device planted under a car detonated in the capital on Monday. A local resident speaking to Reuters described the moment of the blast. The resident said, "There was an explosion. It was a loud bang, like with the car a few days ago." 56-year-old Alekseev headed Russia's Armed Forces Operational Training Department and was the 3rd senior military official killed in bomb attacks in Moscow over the past year. Russia has said it suspects Ukraine was behind Monday's car bombing, though Kiev has neither confirmed nor denied involvement. As investigations continue, the twin blasts have intensified concerns over security in the Russian capital and raised new questions about who is behind the growing wave of targeted attacks. According to investigators, the blast occurred in a residential parking area near an apartment complex. Images from the scene showed a white vehicle heavily damaged, with its doors torn off by the force of the explosion and debris scattered among nearby cars. The investigative committee said multiple lines of inquiry are being pursued, including the possibility that Ukrainian intelligence services were involved. Ukrainian authorities have not commented, and Kiev maintains a long-standing policy of not officially confirming or denying responsibility for targeted operations. The killing adds to a growing list of high-profile attacks on Russian military officials and pro-Kremlin figures since Moscow launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. In April this year, General Yaroslav Moskalik, a deputy chief of the General Staff, was killed in a car bombing near Moscow. In December 2024, General Igor Kirillov, who headed Russia's Radiological, Chemical, and Biological Defense Forces, died after an explosive device concealed in an electric scooter was detonated remotely in the capital. A Ukrainian source later told the BBC that Ukraine's SBU security service was behind the Kirillov killing, though no official claim was made. Other prominent figures have also been targeted. Military blogger Maxim Fomin, known as Vladlen Tatarsky, was killed in April 2023 when a statuette exploded at a cafe in St. Petersburg. In August of 2022, Daria Dugina, the daughter of ultra-nationalist ideologue Alexander Dugin, died in a car bombing outside Moscow. Russian authorities have repeatedly accused Ukraine of orchestrating such attacks, both inside Russia and in Russian-controlled parts of Ukraine.